Boom! What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of Best of Both Worlds with Flau'jae. Today, I'm super excited to have a basketball legend with us. She's a three-time WNBA champion, finals MVP, two-time Olympic gold medalist, and one of the most skilled playmakers to ever do it. Please welcome the point guard, Chelsea Gray. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, right now we're going to play a game.
Oh,
All
God.
the game is, all you have to do is describe these teammates in one word. I'm going to say their name. You got to describe them in one word. Sid Colson.
Hilarious.
Facts. I remember I just seen someone on TikTok when she had the same hairstyle like you. I was dying, bro.
I had no idea.
It's crazy.
She had the dewy on, and I was just like, went to my locker. Everything is normal, but I guess other people knew. She's like, "Good morning," and she put it. I said, I hit my hairstylist, and I was like, "We're changing something in my braids. I'm coming straight to you."
Right now.
I changed it before my nap.
Hey,
True
yo.
story. But that's Sid Colson, and I love her. She can hoop though. A lot of people see like all the stuff that she does. Like she's hilarious, but she can hoop, man. She's great. Don't tell her. She gonna see this episode. She'll be like, "Oh."
Yeah. Okay. Kelsey Plum.
Dog.
Jackie Young.
It's kind of like a two-part. Silent assassin.
For sure. Kate Martin.
Glue.
That's a good one. Why y'all leave her off the bus though? Why y'all do her like that?
Man, we have to give Rookie a little something. Like she can't just have everybody gets something with their rookie year.
Well, noted. Agent Wilson.
Greatness.
Great. Nah, for real. Bro, this season I was like, the numbers she was putting up, I was like, bro, it's like 2K. Like,
greatness.
How cool is she to be around? Like, what is her mindset?
She puts in the work. She don't put, like, a lot of people don't see the work that she puts in. We have our own little way of communicating. But I think the biggest thing is that sets her apart from people is her personality and the big heart that she has. Like she cares about everyone. She works super hard. There's no doubt that you have to work extremely hard to be considered one of the greats.
Right.
She's come back every year with something different. I think that's so
Yeah.
you think you've taken away her ball handling, right? She comes back, you see her crossing over guards. Like, there's just so many things. And so I always tell her, like, the crown is heavy. Like, you got to come back and you got to do it all over again. And she keeps doing it. So I think that's the best part is just being around her and her greatness. I love it, man. I love it for her.
You have had an amazing journey in basketball. 2 Olympic gold medals, 3-time WNBA champion, and an MVP title. Like, what made you fall in love with the game of basketball and then, like, stay consistent with that for so long?
Yeah, man. I fell in love with basketball at a young age. Like I grew up with all brothers. I just fell in love like purely just being outside and just going to go hoop and being around them and having fun doing it. I was always the only girl just like going. And so they were like, "Nah, she on our team." And so it just made me fall in love with it, just going out there and playing until the lights came on. And then just staying consistent. My journey has been a little crazy with injuries, but I always saw like a path for myself of like dreams and having a good time and just enjoying it and traveling. So I mean, I had no choice kind of thing.
Yeah. You were given the name the point guard by your teammates. How did that come about?
So it was random, right? Like it kind of just took off. It was like in 2019 or 2018 or something like that. And Candace shouted me out for my birthday, and she goes, "Happy birthday to my point guard." And then it just took off from there. Like everybody was like, "Candace calling her point guard," and then I liked it, and then I liked the spelling. I didn't want it to be spelled God. I liked the W.
Yeah.
So I was just like, it's something different. Like everybody kind of have a nickname. The only thing I don't like that gets on my nerves is just like now somebody else wants to be called point. I'm just like, that's my nickname.
That's my thing.
Yeah, like nobody else is gonna be called that. So
Right.
I love it though. Like it's cool. It's been put on my shirt. Like people call me that when they see me. It's cool. It's all fun.
Yeah, it became like your own thing.
Yeah.
So speaking of Candace, she's like been in the game for a long time, and you're like a vet. You've witnessed the evolution of the WNBA. How much has the league grown since you entered, and like what kind of excites you about the future of the league?
I really think like the visibility and people really being their authentic self. Like,
Mm.
I don't know, when I was growing up, I wasn't seeing a bunch of people just that look like me
Yeah.
about their truth the entire time, whether that's be who you're with or what you're passionate about, the commercials and the people and seeing people in the paper and on social media, it was non-existent. It's so different now. Like social media has changed everything. It allows access into people's lives. So there is some good with social media, but just the visibility of it all, I think it's going to new heights. We got new deals happening, and people,
Yeah.
um, you're enjoying the stories that people are kind of presenting, and that's what I love about the league and the growth.
Yeah, no, I feel like, yeah, and I feel like it's just like, it's so many stories. Like, people are so invested into different things. It's like, it's kind of like a newfound, like, stardom in a way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a new world. And I
Yeah,
think
and
it's,
I agree with you.
no,
And
keep going.
like people from like you in college and understanding and seeing your story and what you've been able to do, and like kind of grouping that in with the WNBA. Like I think has in the past there's been a gap between the college and the women's game and the professional
Mm,
game, and so bleeding that gap has been huge. You see it on the men's side all the time, but now like
yeah.
on your podcast talking like it's dope, and so
Right,
you
right.
guys being able to do that, I think it's super dope.
You've been a key leader for the Aces, leading them to the first ever, and then a back to back.
Yep.
What, like, and I'm in a position now that I'm kind of just like leading my team, right? So
Yeah.
like what is like some of the most important skills or like habits you had to attain or anything you had to do to become like a good leader?
I mean, everybody says that communication is huge, but I think the biggest thing is how you communicate to each person is totally different. How I
Mm,
communicate with Asia might be different than the way I communicate with Jackie. Like,
yeah.
it's just you find the best leaders find a way to communicate and resonate with a, amongst a bunch of different type of people. Like you don't lead the same way every single time in every season. You have the core values and the things that you talk about. Like I'm very vocal. I'll take the
Yeah.
board in the middle of a timeout and be like, no, this is not how we were supposed to be running it. But that's been me. That's been consistent. So it's not anything new.
Yeah, it's not a
And to listen
surprise.
to it in the huddle, you see pictures of that all the time. Um, and it's like if they're running the play wrong, you see me yelling and screaming at them. Like they know what's coming because that's the
Mm.
way I've been since I've gotten to Vegas. But the side conversations, understanding people, and then you understand how people respond, I think is a big thing as well.
Facts. So what was it like when you first came into the NBA, WNBA? Like how was that? Like when you first was in the league? I know
Didn't
it's
like
different
it.
now, but do that.
Didn't like it. I went to Connecticut one. Ain't nothing in Connecticut. There's a
And
lot more
nothing in
things now
Connecticut.
in Connecticut. But I mean, I was first of all, I was hurt. So like I was blessed to even get drafted. I was just like, man,
Mm.
they want me at the draft. Whew.
Right, right,
All
right.
right. And I was sitting there and then my name gets called. I'm like, I'm going up there. Like I'm not even gonna be able to play this year. Um but my rookie year was hard, man. Like I didn't know any terminology.
Oh man.
I didn't go to as many games when I was in college. Like super cool. Like you guys are around the game and know and familiar with the players. The terminology and like you know how it goes from high school to college and level of play,
Yeah.
to the game, all that it goes up 10
Another level.
like 10 levels going into the pros.
Wow.
And so you also have to compartmentalize really well, like it's professional. You go to work from, let's say I wake up now at 10, and like I'll go to practice and be there at 9. I'm out by maybe 2 with the extra work sometimes. And then the rest of the day, you have nothing. Like, what do you do with that extra time?
Right.
And had no idea my rookie year. I was just sitting just having chips, just like going out, getting a drink. Probably should have been there just like watching film. I was not doing any of that.
Right,
So I
right.
didn't set myself up for success in my rookie year.
My coach Simone, she was just telling me like the terminology. And I
Hmm.
was because I was like, what's like the hardest part of, becoming a pro? And she was just like the pace for sure. Like she's like 6 seconds getting knocked off the clock immediately. And then she was just like, the terminology is so different. You gotta be in that playbook. And I was like, I'm
You gotta
definitely
be in
gonna.
that play. But I remember
Yeah.
one time I went to practice in college at the time. Like we played a lot of zone. We mixed it up with man, but like they yelled out ice, ice, and I was like, the hell is ice? I was
Right.
just like, what is ice? What are we doing here? And he was like, you have to jump. I was like, what if they go that way? I like your post players there. I'm like, all right, this is all new to me.
Yeah,
But like
yeah.
little stuff, like you pick up on it fast, but like people have different way of communicating. So now, like seeing that in the college game, and you hear the terminology, I think that's great to like prepare people like yourself going to the game, going to the pro game.
What was the biggest adjustment that you made after that your rookie year coming from the college to the pros? Like, was it conditioning? Was it just like your schedule? Was it time management? What was
Um, well, one, I got traded and I went to LA.
it? Mm,
That was huge for me. That changed the trajectory of my career. Like I had vets, like you said, Candace and Elena Beard. I was around them and I would follow them around all the time. Like, what y'all eating? What y'all doing? Y'all been in this
mm.
league for a long time.
Right, right,
Let me
right,
try to do what you guys are doing. It's working, I guess. Like
right,
y'all been
right,
around.
right.
But I think like eating right and conditioning was the biggest thing. Like the
Mm,
best players are in the best shape.
right.
And I've had to learn that and be healthy. Obviously, I had been limited with my knee and injuries, but being in the best shape, like you can go for long periods of time and just that's where you
Right,
catch people slipping all the time is you're in better shape than they are.
right.
That's how we won a championship in 2022. We were in the best shape, like we were in such good shape. And that made a huge difference.
So in that 2022 Finals MVP run, I mean, you was basically like unstoppable. But like, what goes through your mind during those intense moments where, I mean, the ball is literally in your hands? Like, what is going through your mind?
I love it. It's like the best part. Like you remember the losses, you remember the championships, but there's also like those final moments that you remember. I always remember that Seattle series in 2022. Like I don't know what was going, like what happened when playoffs came. Everybody says it's like, oh, playoff Chelsea's back. Like that is a real thing.
A
Like you
thing?
go, yeah, you got to go to another level in playoffs.
Yeah,
But that year, I don't know, the Rams seemed big. Everything was going down for me, and I think it was just like my way of kind of staying with it all season. I was snubbed, and I wasn't an all star that year. Like it was
yeah,
just a lot going on, and just I just stayed with it and stayed the course, and so um, it was a blessing. Somebody like God blessed me during the playoffs,
yeah.
and my work ethic never wavered.
Oh, that's real because I feel like I should have been like SEC first team or something like that. I
Yeah,
was like, I should have at least been on the defensive team or something. So when I was going into the tournament, like I was kind of like in a blind rage. Like I
yeah,
knew, you know what I'm saying? And then I feel like as a player, you know it's like now or never. Like it's kind of like win or go home, especially in college. Like you only get one game to be
only
out.
get one shot.
You know what I'm
Man, you
saying?
went on
So
the tear. I
yeah.
was like, go, girl. I
No,
was
my
yelling and
mind
everything,
was
man. And that's the beauty in it, right? You cheer for those stories and like those moments, like to happen to the right people. And seeing you do that, and then me going through that, like it was like a great ending to a story.
yeah. Yeah, no, and it's like even though it didn't end like in the championship, it kind of like as a player, I think I learned a lot about myself as far as just like my confidence. Because
Mhm.
I feel like I came in freshman year, right? And
Yeah.
like as a freshman, you think, oh man, I'm finna go crazy, whoop, whoop. And then you playing with a whole bunch of All Americans, and you know what I'm saying? Like you
That's
trying to
hard.
just do whatever to stay on the floor. Like you just trying to hustle, you know what I'm saying? So I think my that sophomore year, I was just kind of like gaining back my confidence. Like, no, like you still that same player. You just had to learn how to play in that system. But I think like that was a good thing for me. Like, so I do have a question. Like in college, like you had a good career. What is some of the advice you would give me, like just as a player in college, like unlocking that confidence, playing within the system, and just like doing things the right way?
Yeah, I didn't understand how much film helps for me. Like actually seeing it, like I could talk about it, seeing it and like implementing it, finding players that kind of resonate with you. Like I will watch, but I'm just like I'm not gonna hoop like Bron. I'm not gonna hoop like this person.
Right,
Like
right.
I found people that's like, all right,
That's
I
true.
take a little bit from them. I take a little bit from them. Um, but I think the biggest thing to finding your confidence is keep expanding like your game. Um,
Mhm.
and you always keep people guessing, so you're always going to keep people on their toes. They got you with one thing, you take them with another,
Yeah.
and that builds confidence because now you have strength and you going into your move and just like I worked on this countless hours, like I know what this
Right.
is. And then within a system, I would say the film and talking with coaches, like it was huge. Me having that relationship with my assistant coach at the time, just watching past games and the culture and knowing what you want out of your college career for real.
What's the most valuable thing you learned that you still carry with you like to this day, as far as just like basketball?
Invest the time in your teammates.
Mm.
I think is the
Dang,
biggest.
that's a good one. That's a good one.
Invest time with your teammates. Like it's so short lived. Like there's moments where I was just like, dang, I wish I would have like did that, or I would have did this. But investing time in your teammates, that's how you get it done. Like you can't get it done by yourself.
Mm.
You're gonna have to build trust with your teammates. So I think learning that in college was a big thing for me. No matter what the coach did, like we had each other's back. Like,
Right,
we was
right.
like, all right, whatever she's saying, that's fine. But we good, we good. We know what we're doing. Like she made this call. All right, let's just go with a different thing because this is what we're feeling at the time. So trust and like investing time in your teammates, it helps win championships for real.
Okay, so like, okay, boom. What does your off season look like, right? Because I always kind of struggle with this, right? Because like the basketball season, especially college, is so long. Like we from October to April, and I'll
Mhm.
be like, in my mind, I'll be like, yes, I'm gonna take some time. I'm gonna just enjoy my summer. But then like, on my other shoulder, it'd be like, nah, like you gotta go hard. Like you gotta get ready for next season. But it's like I know my body need rest. But like, so how do you attack that? Like, what's your off season like?
In college or now?
College, yeah, college. I'll say college.
In college, I feel like I didn't really have an off season for real. Honestly, I feel like
Mhm.
we were always coming back for like summer school or doing something.
See, we get summer off. Shout out Coach Moki,
See,
bro.
man, shout out to you. Like we had to come back. We was there early. I feel like I ain't leave that campus, man.
Yeah, yeah.
That's nice, man. If I can go back, man, summer off. Let me just go and do my own thing. Um, but I think what you could do is like divvy up your time, be intentional with your time. And really, like, if you just want to get in the gym and weight room, that's 3 hours of your day. Like,
Right, right.
just go knock it out. Like, I'm a big person at knocking it out in the morning because in the afternoon, when your body's settled, you
Yes.
ain't gonna want to do it. So, my biggest thing is have something on the schedule that you want to get done, um, and knock it out early in the morning. Like, that's my biggest thing. Like, don't wait until the afternoon. You're not going to do it. You're gonna
Yeah,
want to go
facts,
hang out.
facts.
You're gonna want to go do these opportunities, and especially with you, like. Um, Being a businesswoman too, like
Right, right.
I didn't have that in college. NIL wasn't like I didn't have podcasts, like all these different things. And so understanding keeping the main thing
Hmm.
is something that I would take with me and offer to you, and knock your workout early. Like get it done. And
Nah,
then you
most
have the rest
deaf.
of your day to do whatever you want.
Yeah, no, that's real. I wanna switch to like the Olympics.
Mhm.
Because I had the honor to go to like a training camp. I didn't make the team, but we went to Colorado and we were up there and I couldn't breathe up there. But
That altitude's no joke.
oh my gosh, I didn't think it was a real thing. It's super
Yeah.
real.
Super real. I had to play like BYU or something in college. I was like, whoa, that's different.
Yeah,
Got to get your second win fast.
facts. You're a two-time Olympic gold medalist. What does it mean being on the Olympic roster? Like, what does that mean to you?
So my path to it was different. I mean, you saying that you got cut, like I wasn't asked at a young age. Like I didn't grow up doing U18, U19. Like I wasn't on the team. And so
Yeah,
when I got the call to finally be a part of it, I was like, heck yeah, I'm gonna be ready for the moment.
right,
Um,
right.
I'm gonna just keep working and keeping my head down. And then once I get asked to be a part of it, I'm gonna be ready for it. And so my first time getting the call, like I just fell out and started crying. I was just like, "There's no way!" Like I'm one of 12, and
Right,
then now
right.
to do it again in Paris, and then have my family there, my wife and my parents, my brother was there, and my son was able to like experience that. He knew what to do with the gold medal right away. Like he did it and everything. I was like, "How is this 6 month old just knowing what to do with the gold medal?" So.
Right, right.
Um, it's a testament to like my journey and I belong there, and just
Yeah.
trying to be the best point guard in the world, honestly.
So what was the difference from Paris from Tokyo? Like what was the difference in those games?
Well, one, Paris had fans. Tokyo, it was silent.
Mm.
Only like the security guards and like the USA men's team, like they were
Yeah.
coming to the games, and then like whoever we were playing, their men's team, if they had a men's team there, like they will be coming to the games. And so in Paris, and we played France in the championship. Oh, we'll back up. Pool play, we played against Belgium, and it was loud. So like we
Crazy.
couldn't hear ourselves think, or like we were screaming at each other
Wow.
and only 2 feet apart. Um, so that was the biggest thing, like having the fans, being able to go to other events. Like I went to a swimming event, I went to soccer, like I went to different events and be able to
Yeah.
experience other Olympians, which I think was super cool. And so to be able to do that in Paris was dope.
No, most definitely. Playing with like the best players in the world, how does that like how did that improve your game? Because a lot of people like don't know how to really like operate without the ball in their hands, or you know what I'm
hmm
saying, without the amount of touches that they're used to. Like how does that make you a better player?
I think what set me apart is my leadership and voice.
Mm.
That's two things that is going to be consistent no matter who I play with. And so to have that on an Olympic team was needed. Um, but I think one of the biggest things for all players going to USA is like find a way to be impactful without the ball
Right.
being in your hands, making it impactful, like just rotating the ball and being able to get to a different pass because everybody can do everything. Like it's the best. It's one of
Right.
12. So finding a way to be impactful without scoring the basketball is something that was huge for me. I'm a big assist person, of course.
Hmm.
So setting people up, calling the right plays, doing the momentum, like leaning in to players that you're used to playing against. Like I knew this person liked to go left because I was scouting them all the time. So all right,
Right.
let's call a play to make them go left so they can bucket. But when we get back to that W, I'm not letting you do that. But
Right.
it's just different. Like finding
Right.
ways to be impactful without scoring the basketball and the basketball being in your hands is the biggest thing with USA basketball.
No, most def. I have a question, just about like the mental side of basketball, because I always say like I feel like basketball is like 90% mental, like 10% physical. Like during like the highs of the season and the lows of the season, what is your mindset through that? You know what I'm saying? Just dealing with everything.
For me, I need to find something outside of basketball that makes me happy, like or like take
Mm.
my mind somewhere else. I like to cook. I like movies and slash shows. I love music, and then my son and family. Like I find I
Right.
just cut off like talking about basketball, watching the film. Like when you ever like look at something, reading something, like dang, I can't figure this problem out. You go do something, come back to it, and it's so
Yeah.
and you get the problem, you're able to answer it correctly, your words flow better. And that's what I do with basketball. Like I find something outside of that that mentally gets me out of just thinking about basketball, basketball, basketball because
That's
I
facts.
want to, you'll get a burnout real fast. And so finding something outside of that that makes you happy and that takes your mind to somewhere else is huge for me.
Do you like set goals, like, because like, it's like a long season and like you play a lot of games, so like do you have a goal for each game, or do you just go into every game with like the same mindset?
Same mindset.
Mm.
There's obviously opponents I'm just like I want to kick their ass like more
Yeah.
like there's a little juice behind certain opponents or something. But it's kind of the same mindset. If you want to be great, you got to be a killer every time you step on the court. So like
Consistent.
I don't
Okay.
want to be up and down. I don't want to be, and my team can't afford for me to be that
Right.
either.
Right.
So I'm going to the game trying to kill every single time, whether that's slicing and dicing them, getting this person the basketball because I know that matchup they can't guard them. Um, and so finding ways to do that, I think,
Hmm.
sets me kind of apart.
What legacy do you hope to leave behind in the WNBA?
What legacy? One of winning a lot of freaking championships. Listen, my path to being where I am today is super different. And so people look at like stars and finding people that looks like them to kind of achieve their dreams, right? Um, and so for me, I always said, if you don't see a path, create your own. And
Hmm.
that's kind of been my legacy that I've wanted to leave. Players that look like me, that had a different path or way and obstacles to kind of get into the league. So I
Right.
guess my overarching is if you don't see a path, create your own. And so that's kind of always been
I love
my
that.
motto is finding different ways to get things done. You can still be great and not do it somebody else's way.
No, facts. I love that. I'm gonna write that down on my sticky note. Well, thank you for joining me on the show today.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I
Yeah,
learned a
the next
lot.
one I might give you a little freestyle or something.
Oh, a
Yeah.
little something, something. Need that
Yeah.
on the show for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah. I got you.
But no, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it. I'm gonna let you get on with your day, enjoy your family. But thank you so much for joining me for real, for real.
Thank you for having me. Good luck
Most
this
deaf.
year. I'm a big fan.
Thank you. Me too. Thank you. Now it's time for my big four, the top four things that's on my mind this Halloween. So, number one, y'all, I went and watched The Terrifier 3. I went on a little movie date. I don't usually watch scary movies because I'm terrified of them. Because my brother was so mean. Like when we were young, he used to make me watch, horror movies with him like it was bonding time. And then when I had to go to the bathroom, I would be like, Trey, take me to the bathroom. This man would take me to the bathroom and then like turn off the lights, start beating on the door, have me crying and screaming. Like he's insane. So ever since then, I kind of didn't like scary stuff. I don't watch scary movies for real, but I was like, I'm gonna go see The Terrifier 3 because like so many people walked out the movie theater. And I was like, no, I'm gonna win. I didn't walk out the movie theater, low key fell asleep, but I was up most of the time. You feel me? But no, it was disgusting movies. I ain't gonna cap. The opening scene, the man was like Santa Claus. He killed the whole family. Like he cut everybody in half. It's not like, bro, like I don't like the scariest part is like it don't really have a plot. Like the last one I guess kind of had a storyline, but I heard the other two, I didn't really watch them. They don't have plots. He just go kill people. Like, bro, it was crazy. And then he like rip them apart. You got to see their bones. Like you see the blood, like the organs. Like it's sick. Nah, I don't really watch Halloween movies. Like I only like watching like the Disney movies, like Twitches and like Halloween Town and stuff like that. But no scary movies. No. My Halloween tradition is like usually my mom on Halloween night, she cook a bowl of chili, but like she not here. So like I'm gonna have to learn how to cook my own chili, I guess. Or maybe I could tell her to, let me call her and see if she'll make me some chili. Hold up. Cause usually, bro, she always she makes some good chili. I love chili. She make it with the meat in it, with the tomatoes and the corn. I know it sounds kind of weird, but it's good for real. Let me see if she'll answer me. Mom,
Hi.
are you gonna make me a bowl of chili this year for Halloween?
Are you gonna be home?
Can you make it when you come?
Oh yeah, I could do that. That's easy.
You say that and then you not gonna do it when you come.
I will make it.
I was telling my
I'll
podcast
all
how
my own stuff because you got all the seasoning. And I'm bringing you some forks and spoons because there ain't nothing in there. I got a pack right here.
you gonna put it on my podcast like that. I don't have forks and spoons.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know if you're throwing them away, but I bought them mine.
Goodbye. Anyways, we're gonna rate some NBA costumes. Trae Young, black. I hate this. I'm not gonna. I love Trae Young, but I don't like. I love the Black Panther, but I don't. Not this one. This don't give me the vibes. Is he Slender Man? I'm gonna give this a 0, only because I got chased by one of them in the haunted house. Nope. I was in the back of the haunted house line, and the man started running after me. Y'all, I promise, I fell and everything. It was bad. Now I see why people fall in the scary movies. I just be like, why is she falling on the ground? No, like when you're terrified, like your feet kind of like lose control. And I'm an athlete, like so, like I might think I got pretty good balance. But like when there's branches and stuff on the floor, you're gonna fall. So no Slender Man, 0. That's crazy. Like a 0.5. Like that's crazy work. This not bad. I like this actually. Where's Waldo? This not bad. I'm gonna give this an 8. I like that. That's cool, Drew. Bro, I don't have no costumes. I did Space Jam, which was cool. It was cute. So I'm gonna say Space Jam. I did that last year. But I don't really do no crazy ones. I might be a police this year. And I'm gonna have a prisoner, maybe. Big 4 goals. As y'all know, the season is finally here. 4 more days until the season begins. It's one day after my birthday, November the 4th. So I'm super excited. My whole family's going to be here because my birthday is coming. And so I'm super excited, y'all. Like, it's lit. Like, I'm excited. Like, I'm just excited for the season. We play Eastern Kentucky on November 4th. It's going to be great. 4 goals that I have for myself is to be consistent, to be a good defender, to get more in my bag, and to like lead my team. I think, my role is different now, and, I have to be a leader and I have to be consistent in that. So that's what I'm really trying to do. I have high expectations for myself. So that's what I really need to be, bro. Like, I like last season, coming off the season that I had and being like top guard in the tournament and all of that. Like, I want to keep that up. But, I also know that I can't win a championship by myself. Like, I have to win a championship with my teammate, like with the managers, like, you know what I'm saying? With everybody, like it takes everybody, it literally does. So, man, just trying to bring it every day, 110%. I think I vowed myself into my teammates that I would, and I feel like I've been doing that. So just keeping that energy, and I'm super excited about the season, man. The season is going, man, it's coming. And it's kind of like, you kind of get bored, like, man, like I'm ready, like not even bored, like more anxious, like, bro, I'm ready to play. Like I'm sick of this, but like it's so much fun, bro. Like this team, we're like really gelling. We got a lot of competitors. And it's gonna be fun, man. I'm excited to get on that floor. It's not like being in the PMAC, playing in the PMAC. It's gonna be beautiful. I'm excited. Live from the Flauk. What parts of your game have changed and grown since last season? My 3-point shooting has gotten much better, but I think more so of my mental side is something that I'm working on. Just being like a next play type of person. I think that's like the most important thing. Like once I get that down this season, like it's gonna change the game for me. Just being like a next play and not dwelling like on a missed shot or a bad possession or me thinking I should have got the pass or just small things and just being like, okay, next play. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like next play, we got to get onto it. Not dwelling on something that I can't change. You feel what I'm saying? Like we just got to keep it moving. What's one thing you can't live without in your daily life? Probably just the shooting machine, going to the gym and getting shots up. I think it's just, I don't know. It's actually like, I have to go to the gym and I have to put shots up just so my mind will be right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's one of those things. I have to do everything every day. So I make sure my mental is in a good space. And what's one piece of advice that helped change your perspective? Man, I got it on my mirror in my bathroom. It says like, this is the point where most people quit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So just knowing that when things get hard, like it's a lot of people that probably was in my position that wanted to do what I did and like they quit. Like this was the moment where like it got too hard and it was like, nah, man, I ain't doing it. So I don't want to be one of those people. So I just keep that in my mind. And that kind of just shift my perspective that, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got a decision. It's about the choice that you choose. So I just try to choose to do the right thing all the time. So that's another episode of Best of Both Worlds with Flau'jae, powered by Overtime. We dropping every Thursday on YouTube. So make sure y'all like, subscribe, and comment. It really helps us on the show. Y'all can find us on TikTok at Both Worlds Pods and Instagram at Both Worlds. Thanks again to Chelsea Gray for joining us on the show. We really appreciate it. And I'll see y'all next time on Best of Both Worlds with Flau'jae, powered by Overtime.